intended for educational and informational purposes only. All drone operations shown are performed by licensed remote pilots in compliance with the Directorate General of Civil Aviation (DGCA), India, and other applicable regulations. The viewers are advised to strictly follow all local laws and aviation guidelines. The creator of this video assumes no responsibility or liability for any misuse or violation arising from the information provided. Always fly responsibly, respect privacy, safety zones, and no-fly zones. Fly smart, fly safe.
Airspace Structure and Aerial or Remote Pilot Certificate, Module 2. Welcome to Module 2 of your journey to becoming a certified drone pilot in India. In this session, we'll dive into something absolutely essential, understanding how airspace works, and the laws that govern it. Think of this as learning the rules of the sky. Knowing where you can and can't fly is just as important as knowing how to fly. By the end of this module, you'll have a solid grasp of how India's airspace is organized and classified. You'll understand concepts like VLOS, EVLOS, and BVLOS. Those are the different types of line-of-sight operations. We'll walk through how to read digital airspace maps, so you can figure out which areas are safe for flying and which ones are off limits. We'll also cover what permissions you need before each flight and give you a clear view of the legal framework that all drone pilots must follow. Let's get started. Airspace is just what it sounds like, the part of the sky above us that a country controls for aircraft operations. It's divided into controlled and uncontrolled regions, depending on how much oversight is needed by air traffic authorities. And here's the thing, drones are considered aircraft too, so just like airplanes, drones must follow airspace rules. You can't just launch a drone anywhere without checking if it's allowed. India follows international standards for classifying airspace, and it's divided into 6 classes, A through G. Let's go through them quickly. Class A, this is high-altitude commercial airspace, used by big airliners. Drones are absolutely not allowed here. Class B, busy areas like around major airports. Again, not for drones. Class C and D, these are regional and local control zones. You can fly here, but only with ATC air traffic control approval. Class A, mixed-use airspace that might need clearance depending on your operation. Conditional. Class G, this is what we like, uncontrolled airspace. Drones are typically welcome here as long as you follow the basic safety rules. In India, airspace for drones is broken down into 3 color-coded zones, and these are mapped in the Digital Sky platform. Green zone, if you're flying under 400 feet above ground level, you're good to go. Auto clearance is built in through NPNT-enabled drones. Yellow zone, this is closer to controlled airspace or sensitive areas. You need to request permission. Red zone, these are defense zones, high security areas, or no-fly regions. Absolutely no flying allowed. Always check the Digital Sky map before flying, no matter where you are. These are different ways of flying your drone, depending on how far you can see it. VLOS stands for Visual Line of Sight. You're watching your drone with your own eyes, without any visual aids, up to about 500 meters. EVLOS means Extended Visual Line of Sight. You might use observers to keep the drone in view beyond 500 meters, but still not beyond visual range. BVLOS stands for Beyond Visual Line of Sight. This is flying over 2 kilometers away using onboard cameras, sensors. In a way, it's the future of drone delivery and large-scale missions, but it needs special approval. Most drones under 2 kilograms usually stick to VLOS operations. Depending on where and how you're flying, here's what you'll need. In a green zone, your NPNT-enabled drone can auto-request and get clearance. In a yellow zone, you need approvals from the DGCA, local ATC, and sometimes the Ministry of Civil Aviation. For a red zone, you need high-level permission, often from the Indian Air Force or other government bodies. And for BVLOS operations, you'll need special approval from the DGCA under specific pilot programs. Here's something many beginners miss. NOTAM stands for Notice to Airmen. It's a public notice about temporary airspace changes. For example, if the Prime Minister is visiting a city, a NOTAM might ban drone flights for the day. TFR, or Temporary Flight Restriction, is similar, issued during events like military drills, elections, or large festivals. Always check for NOTAMs before flying. You can find them on the DGCA or IE websites. Digital Sky is your best friend. It shows you real-time airspace maps. Zones are color-coded, green, yellow, and red. Just click on the area where you plan to fly. It'll show you the maximum altitude allowed, zone type, and whether you need permission. Make it a habit to check this before every flight. It's like checking the weather before leaving the house. What if you ignore these rules? Well, the penalties are no joke. Your drone can be seized. You could be fined up to 1 lakh rupees, and in some cases, you could even face criminal charges, especially if you're flying in restricted zones or compromising national security. Always fly responsibly and legally. Let's look at a real-world scenario. A drone survey team flies near an airport but skips checking the zone status. What class of airspace are they in? What permissions should they have taken? What should they have done differently? Use what you've learned so far to answer these. It's exactly the kind of thinking required of a safe and certified pilot. To wrap up, airspace is shared and regulated for the safety of all aircraft, not just drones. Know your zones. Green is good to go, yellow needs permission, and red is off limits. Use Digital Sky and check for no times before every flight. And remember, no fly really means no fly. Respecting these rules keeps you, your drone, and everyone else safe. Let's test your knowledge. What does Class G airspace mean for drone pilots? Can you fly in a yellow zone without any permission? And what's the key difference between VLOS and BVLOS operations? Think about your answers, and we'll see you in the next module. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow drone enthusiasts, and don't forget to subscribe to the Free Sky Project for more amazing content from the skies of India. Hit that bell so you never miss a flight.